Hey, yo, friends, what's going on? How you feeling? Post trick or treat, post Halloween, has daylight savings got you all fucked up too? I feel you. It's Shawn the Butcher here with Vertebrae33 in Madness Pod. That mask scares the hell out of me. Welcome, Vertebrae33, on our YouTube page. Make sure you follow In Madness on YouTube. What up, Vertebrae?
Are we doing Halloween? Are we talking about Halloween?
360. Oh God, I guess 3 days, or by this time the episode drops. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What?
Oh no. Ew. What are you pulling?
There was a snake in this mask.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Are you incorporating Halloween 3 into Halloween 4 now?
I got trick or treaters at the door. I gotta
Look
go.
at this.
I gotta go.
Vertebrae's got all the gimmicks, all the gags. You have all the candy though. You bring all this. You bring me any Reese's?
I ate it all, man. I ate it all. Hold on, I gotta pass out. Hold on.
Yeah. Vertebrae's got his mask on. Check out the gimmick on the YouTube page. Follow us at In Madness Pod. We are
Happy
Halloween.
Godzilla Day.
Happy Godzilla Day on the premier podcast, In Madness Pod. Follow us on the socials if you want to talk about Godzilla Day at In Madness Pod or anything we discuss on today's podcast. Check us out. We're going to dip into the mail sack. Watch the snake. Don't get bit by the snake like our friend Buddy. Check us out on YouTube. InMadnessPod@gmail.com. We're going to dip into the mail sack. We read your emails and play your voice notes on the show. You can check us out on YouTube. You can check out Vertebrae's mask and his beard and his snakes and his vinyls on the In Madness YouTube. Check out the In Madness Spotify playlist, which grew by like 5 songs in our last episode alone for Halloween 3. Thank you very much if you joined us. What was it, like 3 days ago for Halloween? Because we didn't drop an episode Monday, and Manny from Funko was like, where's the episode? What did I miss? What's going on? You know, we're not going to leave you without an episode, especially during the week of Halloween, but guaranteed, if Halloween is falling on a day that's not a Monday, we're waiting till that day to drop the episode. So just know that for next year. Happy In Madness Monday, since this is the properly released day of every single episode. Spread the madness. Tell everybody you know about the show. We want the In Madness tentacles wrapping worldwide, driving everybody insane. Spread the word. You can get a shirt and a mug at inmadness.com. What mug do you have for episode 135, Vertebrae?
Listen, it's a repeat, Shawn, but I don't mind repeating because Happy Godzilla Day.
Happy Godzilla Day. So I got my Shin Godzilla shirt on that I got at Comic-Con. What do you got on?
I got a Godzilla -1 hoodie. Hold on.
Yeah, pull out. Yeah. Look at that. That's sick. We're going to have to post all this stuff on the socials. I wanted to wish everybody happy Godzilla Day. November 3rd is the day this episode is being released. Had we been better prepared, we probably would have done Godzilla like today, but we're going to leave that for the voting poll. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, it's my favorite day of the year. I do a marathon. Aside from the regular times I do Godzilla marathons, November 3rd gives me a reason to do the marathon without looking like a total loser to my fiance. So I get to watch all of my favorite Godzilla films. There are the 4. I got to talk about the 4 are, for me, not the one I'm putting in the voting poll, but I'm going to play clips of it in our episode if it gets voted in. Godzilla 1956, which is the American remake of 54, because it's got Raymond Burr, because his dialogue in it is flawless. I'm probably going to pull all of his dialogue and just play it for the episode. That's probably going to be the Godzilla episode. But then there's also the 30-year anniversary of that, Godzilla 1985, which is the VHS that I found in Manhattan about a month ago, and I have been watching that nonstop. I didn't know I was going to find the Holy Grail Godzilla 1985, so I have my original VHS tape dubbed to DVD and even the DVD, it recorded the tracking issues that the VHS had. But it's authentic. It's like the guys who say they like the crackle in the vinyl, the VHS tracking is the crackle in the vinyl. Like I need that. And it doesn't help with the Halloween VHS, which I'm going to have to get a new, because that's on the audio tracking where it's just going
What cracks me up, Sean, is that you're like, oh, it's authentic, but like authentic to home viewing, not
Yeah,
to like how it was in the theater.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah,
no, I'm
yeah.
fine with that.
You're
I'm
making the
all about home.
directors cringe, you know,
Yeah.
and you're like, I like the missed line. They work so hard on this. And Sean's like, give me it, squeeze through something. What'd you say? It looks like I'm watching through Vaseline,
Through olive oil. Yeah, yeah.
through olive oil.
Uh, then there's Shin Godzilla, which
Hmm.
is the Japanese released in 2000 and I guess 15. I don't know. Don't quote me on the year. That is another one of the favorites, and then the one we covered on In Madness Pod. I thought we would start with 54, but we didn't. We started with Godzilla -1, which is the
Right.
fourth of the Diamond. That is my favorite Godzilla movies. But then there's, ones we've covered on point fives, Godzilla vs. Megalon, absolute classic. Terror of Mechagodzilla, which is Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla Part 2 featuring Titanosaur. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Godzilla nerd, but I'm a pretty big
Mm.
Godzilla nerd. So this is a big day for me. So it's just going to be Godzilla movies all day, listening to the podcast,
Wow.
celebrating in that way. I don't know how you celebrate. It is Godzilla's 71st birthday. Last year was the big 70. So this is 71 for him. And
Well,
eventually I'll make it to Japan and zip line into Shin Godzilla's mouth is the dream.
Listen, Sean, they're going to get me because they're going to drop. They've already been teasing products. So as you listen to this right now, they've dropped a whole bunch of anniversary product. I'm not big on the stuff that has the anniversary on it. I'm hoping that they have a few new things. I think for me, it was always the original. I was never keen on a lot of the other movies, although I thought they were fun. So I think if I pick two, it's obviously the original and -1. Although you've gotten me to enjoy Shin Godzilla. So I would put it there, and then maybe like Godzilla the cartoon I liked a lot when I was younger with
I have to
Gunzuki.
rewatch those episodes. I
They're
don't.
not. They're probably not very good. They
Yeah, no.
probably don't hold up. It's probably like those nostalgia things that you get for something like that. But I feel like this podcast will eventually help me watch ones that I never watched before. So I might find something new. I mean, we did it before. We did an
You
episode where you
did
had me
watch
watch.
Godzilla vs. Megalon, one of
Yes.
the most iconic guy where he does the tail slide. That's what
Yes.
it's like. That's a never
Yes.
forgotten image.
But Sean, this is always a tough time of year for us to focus on. Now they add in Godzilla an anniversary right after Halloween, but like we go in this run where it's like, oh, it's the fall, it's our birthdays, then it's Comic-Con, then it's Halloween, now there's this, and then suddenly it's like everybody's like, it's Thanksgiving, or some people are pushing past
Christmas.
Thanksgiving and heading right to Christmas. So it's hard for us to kind of catch up on things. I know we have a few things to talk about today. Um, I just wanted to first thank everybody who shows up every week and listens and goes back and listens to old episodes. We've been getting quite a lot of drops on that, on the older episodes and around this time
Do
of
you know our
year.
most popular? Is it still like Prometheus is still our biggest episode?
It was Barbarian, I believe. I believe
Barbarian.
the Barbarian episode with our buddy from Brandon from Talking Bay is, I still think, the biggest. Although Prometheus is the biggest on YouTube. But right up there is Nightmare on Elm Street, the second, like part 2 of
Where we
the.
mashed every movie into one episode.
No, it's part 2 of
Oh, part 2 of
the
movie
first one.
1. So
Yeah,
weird. What
so
is wrong
weird.
with you? How is that?
And what's weird is right when I think I figure this out and I'm like, oh, well, people listen to the first one and then they disappear. It's like we'll get a few random ones where it's like they only came and listened for part 2. I think some of that might have to do with things end up on message boards or Reddit and people, everyone comes in and listens. But I love it. I love that new people are discovering us. Our subscribers for Apple Podcasts have gone up.
Tell your friends.
So I love it. If we can get more and more people to listen to this and participate in it, we want you to participate. I think some of you are shy on sending in voicemails or shy on sending in
Vertebrae used to be
emails.
shy. He
I
ain't shy
will.
no more, though. Be
No,
like
no.
Vertebrae. Break out of your shell and
Yeah.
email us inmadnesspod@gmail.com.
And Sean, we'll be coming up on our 3rd year anniversary of this podcast.
We started it with Krampus.
Uh-huh.
Last year we did Exorcist.
Yeah.
What's our Christmas thing gonna be?
Mm.
So I remember on Exorcist, you fell in love not so much with Exorcist 2, but
Mhm.
jumped right to Exorcist 3.
Exorcist 3 is fantastic.
So maybe that'll be our holly jolly hellish Christmas.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
think about it. And our new format. Shout outs to our new format. We did Halloween 3 in 1 hour. That will be the goal for this podcast, is getting through these movies in one episode and a nice little package for you to enjoy on your drive to and from work.
Yep, we're trying to hold it to an hour because we feel like that's good. Listen, will some episodes stretch out past an hour? Probably. I think Halloween 3 was an easy one to breeze through in an hour. I think the next film that we have planned is going to be a little more difficult to breeze through in 1 hour, but we'll try an hour-ish.
You bet your ass I'm going to try. So shall we? Is that all you have for Godzilla Day? Are you as stoked as I am? I have all of my Godzillas here.
I am. Will you make a purchase, Shawn? Because like with Star Wars Day, for many years I always felt the need to purchase something. A couple of times I went out to the Disney store when they still had Disney stores around us.
I
and
mean,
in the
honestly, I
morning
made
and
my
bought
purchase
something.
at Comic-Con. I found this amazing Shin Godzilla shirt that it's like pink, but Godzilla's blue on it, and the writing's in neon green, and it says Shin Godzilla at the bottom. Yeah, this was, I think,
You know
this
what I want?
purchase.
I mean, I wouldn't mind another piece of -1 merch, but a mug would be great. But also, I would love the 4K where the extras were in English or subtitled, because the 4Ks that they sell, they look fantastic. The packaging is incredible, but the extras disc, there's no subtitles on it.
Yeah.
So it's like when they post that, when Toho posts it, everybody posts afterwards that. And then, Shawn, my last celebration for Godzilla Day will be in the next 2 weeks. There will be a Godzilla shirt that I illustrated that drops at Hot Topic, and we'll promote it. So we didn't make it in time for Godzilla Day, but we can stretch Godzilla Day out to a month.
That's what
sometimes this month there will be a Godzilla shirt from me.
That'll be my Godzilla Day purchase. The Vertebrae33 Godzilla shirt.
Yeah, super excited about that. It's been a long time in the making. You know that. You saw sketches way back when.
Hell yeah.
So this month there'll not only be a new Godzilla shirt dropping from me, there'll actually be a co-branded shirt with Gravedigger, the monster truck.
Hell yeah.
We're doing a shirt with, as well as a new Terrifier design for the holidays.
Look at them go for the holidays. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's holiday themed, and that should be dropping, I would, sometime in November, as well, as they try to beat the kind of Black Friday sales and everything. So, but I will have a Godzilla shirt for sale with, Shawn, my logo in the neck along with the Godzilla logo.
That's so sick.
Insane to me. So very, very cool. But yes, happy Godzilla Day, everyone. Am I free to complain about weapons now?
No, well, first let's get into happy things before we let the dogs off the leash. We're gonna take a little blast of the past to cheer you up really quick. We have our friend David Psycho Ninja 47, who was recently part of our Comic-Con episode. He has also been part of our Ninja Turtles episode and Mortal Kombat episode, and he left us a voice note in the mail sack. So I think it is time to dip into the mail sack.
Mail sack.
We have a voice note. I always love good voice note. If you want to write us, writing is fine. If you want to send us a voice note, these are fine. He promised that this one would not be incredibly long. So you got to let me know. I'm sharing my audio as far as I know. Let me know if you can hear this. Give me a thumbs up if you can, thumbs down if you can't.
Yo, what's really good? And man, it's Pod Squad. What's up, fam? It's your boy, David, a.k.a. Psycho Ninja 47.
Hang on
here with another voice note. I'm going to try not to make...
He said, right now, he's about to say, I'm going to try not to make this too long. I'm looking at the length of this, and it's like a little over 10 minutes. So, ready? Let's go.
13
Make this
minutes
like 76 minutes long or whatever the fuck. I know it can be a little long-winded with my voice notes, but, I got to show love every time you guys talk about a classic flick. I gotta throw in my 2 cents real quick. So, yeah, I want to talk a little bit about this nice little independent art film you guys talked about. What was it called? The Galactic Battles, the Interstellar Squabbles, if you will. What's it called? Oh, Star Wars. That's right, Star Wars. Yeah, nice, cute little film. cute little series of films there. You know, all the little merchandise is out there. It's nice. That's nice. First of all, I got to show love to my man, Mr. the Butcher, because you're absolutely right.
Oh, I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, you were playing this voicemail to cheer me up, Shawn, and I think that we're headed down a path.
I thought this was going to be very positive, and it's looking like it's going to be 13 minutes of not positivity.
I'm sensing the snark. I'm also happy that we're listening to this after his visit to the booth.
Yeah, for real. We're dusting this one off in the mail sack.
Let's see where we go, but I don't have high hopes for this, Shawn, and I don't know if I can
my guts just fell when he told me I was right, because that's going to be bad.
It's very clear that what's the guy's name? Joseph Lucius, Joe Lucius, Georgie Porgy, whatever his name is. He was clearly inspired by the great works of Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird and their Ninja Turtles legacy, their franchise. It's all there. I mean, you mentioned it. It's clear that the Death Star was inspired by the Technodrome.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. 1-to-1 scale replica, basically, was what it was. Han Solo was inspired by the original swashbuckler, Mr. Casey Jones. They're even dressed the same. They're wearing vests and shit, and they run around.
Pause it, Shawn.
Doing vigilante work or whatever.
Let's just give a public service announcement. Star Wars came out in 1977, long before the Turtles were a twinkle in anyone's eye, written in 75. So, yeah.
David, how could you do this to Vertebrae? We were supposed to cheer him
shots.
Up
I'm taking on
weapons rant.
My boat is sinking. I'm taking on water.
Oh my God! Right, I'm sorry. I didn't know this was going to happen. I thought this was going to be a positive review of the movie.
Maybe the feisty femme fatale, not quite the damsel in distress. Distress. My bad. April O'Neil paved the way for Leia, Princess Leia, no doubt. If you notice, Splinter clearly is the blueprint for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Heck, they went so far and they brought out a puppet wearing raggedy robes in episode 5, whatever the fuck it's called, Yoda. So Yoda and Obi-Wan are the splinters of Star Wars. Heck, in episode 6, when you see the Force Ghost, that happens in Ninja Turtles. When they're meditating at the farmhouse and the blue flame comes up and Splinter comes out spitting gems.
He does have a point.
Where do you think Star Wars got that from? Come on. Guys, we all know
like 1983. So
George Lucas, just like me, idolizes the Ninja Turtles and Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. And that's where the whole thing comes from. You know, he hopped in a time machine, went back 13 years and said, yo, guys, in 1990, they're about to drop some heat. So here it is in Star Wars.
I feel sick.
You know, I'm just kidding. You know, I'm just busting your chops. I'm just ribbing.
Are we going to heal?
Star Wars is huge. You know, I bring up Ninja Turtles. I know I always bring up Ninja Turtles. It's a giant reference palooza. That's what the Ninja Turtles has always been. They've always shown love to other sci-fi properties, other comic books. I mean, when they first came out, it was a blatant copy of what Frank Miller was doing at the time with Daredevil, and he had a book called Ronin. The art style is very similar. They're heavily influenced by Jack Kirby, who's like a reoccurring character in the comic books. I mean, the Daredevil and the Ninja Turtles share an origin story. The same stuff that made Matt Murdock blind is the same stuff that mutated the Ninja Turtles. If you read that first issue, people who know.
Okay,
and I'm also talking about Turtles because in August, just about a month ago, they re-released the original movie to celebrate the 35 years of that movie being out, and it was a limited showing. It was only 1 week, from like the 15th to the 21st or something like that, and it did so well that they extended it another week. So that was dope. So I was in there watching that movie. I took my wife to go see it. Like I mentioned, it was the one movie that my dad took me to go see as a kid. And actually, sidebar, it did so well, they greenlit part 2 to come out in March of 2026. So check that out. That's going to be dope. But yeah, I took my wife because, my dad took me as a kid to go see it. It's a movie it's not just, my favorite movie. It's not just fun. There's just a lot of sentimentality. I don't have kids yet, but, I share this stuff with my wife. My wife is not a fan. Let me just tell you, my wife is not a fan of any of this stuff. She could
Pause
care
this for a
less
second, Sean.
about all this nerdy shit that I'm into.
We are on an emotional roller coaster. He comes out
Yeah, for
swinging at
real.
Star Wars. We thought this was a Star Wars voicemail. It could turn back, but somehow he shoehorned in more Turtles talk to this podcast.
It clearly a very important movie to him, and I'm all the more happy that we covered it.
Yes, and important to you, but
Very
yes,
important to me. But I'm astounded to see how important it is to other people as well.
But we have a compromise, right? I watch all the girly shit that she wants to watch, all the dating shows, the dating reality shows, and all that bullshit. And 2-3 times a year, she comes with me to go check out a fucking Marvel movie or whatever. But she finds a way to enjoy it. She enjoyed Ninja Turtles. She thought it was really cool. The trick is, as long as there's like a cute element to it, like a character or something, a love interest, if there's a cute element to it and a story that
Michelangelo
that hits,
cute.
She's down with it. And that's where we go into Star Wars, right? So in
back.
2019,
Here we go.
what's his name? Baby Yoda is fucking everywhere,
Grogu.
right? Like Baby Yoda is up and down our timelines on Instagram and Facebook, all the memes. People are changing their profile pictures to Baby Yoda. You go to Target, you see plush toys, pajamas, birthday cards. Baby Yoda is just plastered everywhere. My wife is like, oh my God, this thing is so cute. Where can we get one? What is this thing? And I was like, oh, it's part of this show that's on Disney Plus called The DeLorean. I don't know. It's a spin-off of Back to the Future or some shit.
He just can't help
the dude
himself.
Boba Fett from Star Wars is in it.
That is not
and she was like, "Oh, okay, Star Wars. That's kind of a big deal." Like I said, she knows nothing. She doesn't. She recognizes some of the iconic elements of Star Wars: Darth Vader, Yoda, Chewbacca.
Let's get clarity on this. I feel like I need footnotes for this voicemail, but
we're halfway through.
that is. Mandalorians is a group of people, so he's part of that group, sort of, and he's got the uniform, whatever, but he is not Boba Fett, which we soon find out when they do the Boba Fett series and he returns. But anyway, I think David knows all this.
Yeah.
I think he's just
lack of fact checking or just breaking your balls.
Yeah, I think that if I made a Last
Ford.
Jedi reference, he's tooling with us, Sean.
Ford. She recognizes those things. Stormtroopers. Those are things that stand out because you see those things everywhere. But she doesn't know the story. She doesn't really know all the characters. And looking into it, I did my own little research. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I'm casual. Like you guys have said, the universe is so big. I mean, it's only 10 movies. The Marvel movies are like 75 movies, but they're pretty basic. You know what I mean? It's really not that huge of a universe. But for some reason, with just 10 movies and a couple of TV shows, Star Wars just feels so big. So I told her, in order for us to watch The Mandalorian, we got to watch the movies. We got to kind of know the backstory to some of this stuff, because at the time I didn't know where in the timeline the Mandalorian landed in terms of the whole narrative of the movies. So we went into I'm sure Disney Plus made trillions of dollars, so we got Disney Plus for the Disney movies and the Marvel movies all in one place, and all the classic Disney shit, and we just ran through them. We ran through all the what you call it,
Star Wars.
The Star Wars movies, and we went in order of release, right? So we started with episodes 4, 5, 6, then we did 1, 2, 3, then 7, 8, 9, and then we started watching The Mandalorian and caught up with that. And it was a pretty cool journey, so to speak. And what made it cool is, so again, my wife, she's not into this shit, but she's hilarious when we're watching stuff at home, when we're watching any of these movies, these nerdy movies at home. She's really funny because she makes these comments and she asks these questions. And again, she goes in vanilla. She doesn't have these hangups that some of us do with this stuff. Oh, it doesn't match the what you call it, the source material. That's not what they said in part 1. The continuity is off. That's not blah blah. All these fan fictions that people create in their heads. This canon that people think that things are supposed to follow, and then they switch it up when the movie releases. My wife has none of those hangups, and it's dope because that kind of inspired the way I started watching stuff too. Like, just let go of what you already know or what you think you know about this stuff, and you'll enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, let
so
go.
I really enjoyed
Feel the force
watching Star
flow through
Wars with
you.
my wife back in 2019. This is fucking 6 years ago, which is crazy. But real quick, I want to share some of her reactions. So we're watching these movies, and I started jotting down her reactions because it was so funny.
Get ready,
And I
Vertebrae.
posted them on Facebook.
I don't know if
And
I'm
all
like,
my fellow
we'll
Star
see.
Wars nerds friends or whatever were reading these, and they were cracking up. Some people even said, "Yo, you should make a podcast out of this." Nerd husband with vanilla wife watching nerdy movies and just
Podcasts
talking
are a
about
lot
her
of work,
reactions
David.
and the way she
We're gonna
she
steal
sees
your
things
idea, David.
compared to the way
Yep,
us
we're doing
nerds
it next week.
look at stuff. Hilarious stuff. So real quick, I just want to share her reactions to Episode 4, The New Hope, the very first Star Wars movie.
2 more minutes. We got this.
So we started off,
New Hope,
and
not
the
the
first
New
thing she says is, "Oh, look, the sand people look basic." I was like, this is '77. The special effects were, it was what it was. She says everything they're saying is so cute, referring to the droids. She loves the droids. Her favorite droid was R2D2. That was her favorite character throughout the whole series.
Who says nothing, by the way.
According to her,
I did.
Greedo shot first. You heard it here first, people. Greedo shot first. She found Chewbacca annoying.
Depends on which
That was the
version
most
you watch.
annoying character in the whole series. One of her questions was, why are they all so whiny? Every single person in this fucking movie was whiny.
Teenagers.
At one point, we had to
They're
pause and get some granola because it's all about the snacks. We can't watch movies without snacks. I don't know what they're saying, and this is during the Death Star battle. The radio talk, that muffled radio talk. She couldn't get it. Then she goes, "Babe," a couple times she said, "Babe, rewind it. I can't hear what Darth Vader is saying." That deep, James Earl Jones heavy breathing voice was hard for
Gotta
her
watch
to
with
understand
subtitles.
sometimes.
Always.
When the Death Star blows up, her reaction was, "Really? You mean to tell me this little tiny fireball in this little hole in this planet-shaped fucking ship did the deed?" It's crazy. And then she goes, "Funny thing is, I think she likes Harrison Ford." Of
course.
She kind of saw what was
That's the
going on
point.
between Leia and Han Solo before it actually became a thing in one of the later movies. So her surprise when they revealed that. Just imagine her reaction when they revealed that Luke and Leia were actually siblings.
Whoa,
That was awkward.
spoiler alert.
Her overall consensus of the movie was, it's slow, but I like that there's not a million things happening at once. It was cute, and I'm excited to watch the rest. So
That is
that
not a
first
slow
movie
movie
laid
at
the
all.
groundwork, and we got through the whole thing.
Show her the podcast, David.
Again, she doesn't get hung up on stuff. She thinks midichlorians are fine. Midichlorians, was like a hot button topic amongst nerds. She thinks Chewbacca's annoying. R2D2 was her favorite. Her favorite movie was actually Episode 7, which again, people can argue about that movie all day long, and she wound up loving it. She thought Han Solo reminded her of Richard Gere and Pretty Woman throughout the whole thing. My favorite reaction is that every time the Darth Vader music would come on, she would start headbanging, like low key. My wife is like dun 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 dun, dun. She would start like head rocking. So I thought that was dope. Star Wars is dope. I'm glad I got to see it with my wife, and she had a great time with it. Someone who's a non-fan of this stuff. And I'm glad that you guys talked about it. I'm glad that Mr. 33 got a chance to show us what inspired him, what his Ninja Turtles was as a kid. Anyway, guys, you're always dope. I'm trying to keep this short. Good luck with New York Comic Con coming up. As Vertebrae mentioned before, I used to help them out. The last time I was out there was in 2019. I moved to the West Coast. I'm out here. It's not easy for me to get back home. I went to San Diego Comic Con last year, so that was dope. But it made me feel homesick because I want to be at New York Comic Con with the homies or whatever. So good luck and congratulations with all the stuff that's happening. And like Obi-Wan said, live long and prosper. Cowabunga.
Yeah.
These are
Little
not
shot
the
at the
droids
end.
you're looking for.
Yeah. You know, it's funny is so he sends that before, and if you listen to our Comic-Con episode, you know that he showed up sort of unannounced at the booth, right, to surprise me. So he was teasing it at the end, Sean, to set it up.
He's working
Probably
you on it.
hoping I listened to this so that we
Yeah.
could have a raucous conversation about Star Wars. But
Next time we'll get him. So funny.
yeah,
So
yeah,
funny.
I love his intonation into what people think or what people discuss, because I'm always like, who are these people and what are they discussing? Because I
Yeah.
just pay attention to nobody when I
Yeah.
like something. So
Twitter and Reddit, I think is
yeah, but that's not humanity. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just
It's a
fake
lot
and
of bots.
it's a sounding board.
Mhm. Thank
But
you for your
yeah,
voice note.
we appreciate the voice note.
at
That was an
gmail.com.
emotional
Yeah,
roller coaster,
it really
Sean.
was. I thought he
Because
was seriously going to give us a 5-minute voice note, and when I saw it was 13 minutes, I couldn't believe it.
I was cracking up because he's like, yeah, this is going to be quick. It's going to be quick.
And then it has
Love
a million sidebars. You're the best.
Love
David.
it. Love it. Thank you, David. Appreciate it.
So now that we put Vertebrae in a great mood,
Mm.
let's talk about this text message you sent me. But can I quickly? All right. Well, maybe you should tell yours first. But
Well, let's do
I have
this.
a little
First
bit
of
more.
all, if you have not seen the movie Weapons and you're planning on seeing the movie Weapons,
We're not going to spoil anything, right? Because I haven't finished it yet. I'll be honest with you.
oh, well, then I don't know that we can have this discussion because
Yeah,
most
no,
of my
I don't wanna
gripes
spoil-
are the
I don't-
end of the film.
So okay, here's my
Okay,
here's
so
my
tell
problem.
me, and then I'll dance around it. We won't. Okay, so we won't spoil anything.
I went to the bathroom before the movie.
Uh-huh.
This movie is 2 hours and 7 minutes long, or
Yes.
something like that.
Yes.
1 hour in,
Mm-hmm.
I got to go to the bathroom.
Right.
We're building to something, and I'm going to go to the bathroom, and I'm going to miss what we're building to. So I'm not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours into this movie, I am in my seat, tossing and turning from the left to the right, sweating, about to like pee my pants.
Mm-hmm.
I am dying to see what happens at the end of this movie. And then all I'm thinking about is this movie's going to end. Everyone's going to like get up and be in front of me and walk out slowly. And I'm going to pee my pants here in the movie theater. Sorry to be so graphic here on the pod, but this is the reality of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I got up. I'm like, I can't take this anymore. Run to the bathroom as quick as possible. Get everything done. Come back and the credits are rolling. And you can't begin to imagine my anger and frustration at the moment, to the point where like my fiance was like, calm down. I was so mad that I missed the ending of this movie. And all I'm thinking about is, how do I invent the invention where you can go to the friggin' bathroom at the movie theaters without having to miss major parts of movies, no matter what it is? Because I usually always have to go to the bathroom at the movies, and I always have to miss a part of the movie. So I'm thinking the dentist suction cup where you spit the stuff in after you rinse, like just have a suction cup at the seat. So
I mean, a diaper. Your buddy Richard Christie wears a diaper to
or like
shows.
some goggles where I could wear the goggles and like go to the bathroom and the movies in the goggles, so I could like watch the movie still as I'm quickly for 2.5 minutes going to the bathroom.
You got to stop gulping down that water and
Man,
soda or whatever you're drinking.
This is like old man yells at cloud, baby bladder. I can hear it already. I know.
So wait,
suck. Who has to go to the bathroom this often? But I'm telling you,
it dropped online. Did you watch the end online?
I went yesterday into HBO Max and I saw it's there, and I was like, oh shit, Weapons is here. However, I am not going to fast forward to the end to watch the part that I missed. I want to start it from the beginning and watch it all the way through to the end. I will probably do it this week. But I mean, I'll just get into your text was just simply like, I don't know. I don't even remember the exact word of your text message, but I remember not.
I will say this to you, Sean.
Yeah.
Your bathroom visit was way better than the end of that
ending of the movie. Okay. All right.
So
yeah, no, I don't want to spoil anything, but yes, so you hated the ending.
That movie is 2 hours long,
and
you can almost slice it right down the middle. We've got this incredible premise. We've got this really cool idea, this great setup,
Mm.
where are we headed? And then about halfway through the movie, my heart just sunk. And I was like, oh, this is where we're headed. I was also angry because I don't get a lot of time to watch movies. And my wife and daughter were watching something else downstairs, and they had already started it. So I was like, all right, they're watching something. I'm going to go upstairs to the bedroom, watch something by myself. Look at this. Weapons pops up. 2 hours. Man, that's a long time. Okay, I'll commit 2 hours to this movie. I couldn't have been angrier when I was
Oh
done.
man,
I was like,
yeah.
I invested 2 hours of my life, and I texted you, and I texted another friend of mine who listens to the podcast. He was surprised that I didn't like it
because it's getting
'cause
rave
he-
reviews from like
because he
everywhere.
thought for sure some of the bits in it are like
Mhm.
right up my alley. And I think we will have to talk about this movie. I
Yes.
don't think we do a full episode. I think in the next Inside Madness, after you've seen it, we have a discussion about it.
0.5 Inside Madness.
And then Shawn, I really messed up because then I'm like, well, post Comic-Con, I get time to kind of catch up on some media. And there's always movies that are dangling out there that people have talked about, and then the bluster ends. And if we have a movie podcast and I'm reading books to go with the movies, I never get a chance to get caught up on these movies. So I'm already behind, and then work and everything else and drawing a million lines. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna try another movie that everyone's talked about for the last 8 years, and I'm gonna watch Get Out. And I couldn't have been more disappointed with Get Out.
Hated that movie too.
I didn't like it. I will tell you that it felt like an extended Twilight Zone episode.
Uh-huh.
And I know the director, right? He's really into Twilight Zone. I think it was Jordan Peele. I think he did like a Twilight Zone remake or something like that. But for me, it was just like, okay. But Shawn, I end up in a space where people are hyping things up, and you see the hype, and then when you finally see it, you're kind of like, right, that's sort of what happens. But I try to exist by not listening to what other people say, and but over the last 8 years, that movie ends up on everybody's lists. These lists come out around Halloween, the last 7 Halloweens. You got to see these movies, and I feel like an idiot because it's gone so long and I haven't seen it, and I never pick it. I will jump onto other things, and certain things jump to the list, right? Frankenstein's coming out this week. That'll jump to the head of the list, and I'll watch that as soon as it drops. So I'm 0 for 2, Shawn.
Over 3. You had this exact same conversation with me 1 month ago with the conclusion of Alien Earth.
Yeah, I'm 0 for 3.
Another
I'm
one,
0 for
8.
3.
And this is my problem with series, where it's like 8 hours. You talk about 2 hours.
Yeah.
With weapons, 8 hours, and then like, yeah, and then to have.
But I got high hopes right now, Shawn. I got high hopes for Welcome to Derry because I started watching Welcome to Derry, and I'm 2 episodes in, and I think it's fantastic.
We'll check back in with you 6 weeks from now for
hopefully they don't let me down. And listen, these are just my opinions. I don't like to be negative. There's a lot of things to really like about Weapons. There's a lot of things. I will tell you, the score for Weapons is incredible. What an incredible score. What an incredible premise. Creatively shot, creatively ordered, different views and perspectives on same scenarios. Love that kind of thing. Just kind of not happy with where it went, but the rest of it is incredible. I will say the same with Get Out. The score is incredible. The acting is top notch. The way it's filmed, very, very cool. Lots of really good shots in that movie. Just not as keen on where it sort of ended up. So it's not like I'm being like, oh, don't go see these movies. A lot of people worked very hard on these films. My bar is like, if you can get me like The Witch or something where you have all of that and also the story with it, and force me to dig deeper into some lore or dig deeper into something else, then you've got me. And I think that's where these two kind of.
So the dude who directed Weapons directed Barbarian.
Yeah, Zach Krieger, right?
Yeah.
Which I liked Barbarian a lot.
I
did. There are some Barbarian-esque elements to this that I think he tries to sort of recreate. But I'm also the guy who loved Longlegs, and
Mhm.
some people didn't love. You didn't love.
I didn't love it particularly, no.
Yeah, yeah. So, but but it's funny. The score for Weapons is fantastic. I listened to it after the movie. I had it on and Spotify. I was listening to it. I'm like, this is great. Sometimes I'll revisit things and I'll change my mind. I don't know, but I'm eager for you to finish that movie, sit
Me
down and watch it
too.
again, and then we can have a full discussion about it.
I'm
But
sorry, I gotta go to the bathroom all the damn time, but it's just something you need to accept being a friend in my life is the fact that I'm gonna use the bathroom at least every hour and 25 minutes.
it's fantastic. That is
Fucking
fantastic.
guys. So with that being said, we're gonna watch an incredibly long movie for our next movie. But
How
before
long is
that,
it?
I think it's
How
like
long
2
is it?
hours and change.
It's 2 hours and change. We could do a 4-hour version.
Yeah, no, we're not
of
gonna do the
said
4-hour
movie.
version, but somehow I'm gonna make that 2-hour and change movie fit into like an hour if we can. We'll see if we can make that happen. But
Hour-esque, because we've got a
Hour-esque.
lot to cover. We've got a lot to cover with that, but
before that, we decided we're gonna do a voting poll. We decided this in our last episode when I said we should do a voting poll. But in order to do a voting poll correctly, we gotta release it early so the In Madness psychopaths can vote on it. Then once it's voted on for a while, we will then pick a winner. Once we then pick the winner, we have to then, get the movie, watch it, review it, and all that.
right.
So we're gonna give you the movies now that we're gonna let you vote for. It won't be for our next episode. It'll be within probably the month of November. I'm sure we will get to the voting poll movie. That's the goal. If we get some guests in between that, who knows? It's a new era of In Madness pod. So the movie, I'll say you tell them your two, and I'll tell them my two. Do you remember your two?
I do. Well,
Yeah.
it took me a second. I was like, oh crap.
You said
Yes,
them real quick when I asked what movies you wanted to do.
Okay, my two for the voting poll are Edward Scissorhands and The Fog.
And my two are actually, you picked one of my two, Psycho, which I've wanted to do for so long. The original, the Alfred Hitchcock, original Psycho, or for today, Godzilla 54, the original Godzilla 54. It won't have to be Godzilla 56. My favorite will be the original Godzilla 54, and I will incorporate parts of 56 into the episode if it wins. So those are your movies: The Fog, Edward Scissorhands, Psycho, and Godzilla 54. I'm gonna put up the voting poll on our Instagram, on our Facebook, on our Twitter. I will leave it open for like a week. And let you go crazy for a week. You could vote in the comments, in our DM. Just send us a message on any of the platforms, and I will count that as a vote, whether it's in the DM, in the comment, in the actual voting poll itself. I will tally it up, and we'll reveal the winner on one of our next episodes. But for now, shall we? Did you get everything in for 135 for In Madness?
I did want to say though, Shawn. So they are currently working on -1 sequel,
and I think a Shin sequel as well.
Yes, and -1 sequel supposedly might come out in 26. What I wanted to ask you really quickly before
Will you go on a date with me to see the movie? Yes, I will.
No, I won't. I'm not going with you. I'm not going to be able to put up with you getting up and leaving.
I'm going to tinkle like 4 times.
What do you want from this film? What are you looking forward to?
Which
in Godzilla -1 sequel? What would you want to see?
I mean, so what did they do? So I mean, so they tried to take him out at the end of the first one. So his regenerative, more of the regenerating, like he never did that in any other movie. So maybe like some cool explanation into that, or like they get some of his DNA or something.
The girl is ill, right? So she's got
I want to see what's next with
next with that.
Does she turn into a Godzilla? What's going on with our buddy Shikishima and his pal? Those dudes teamed up. I'm sure the family is happy, and they're, Shikishima is a celebrated man. He saved the day. I want to know more about that as well. Like, it's rare that I want to know more about the human element in a Godzilla movie.
Well, that's why I was surprised you just said that, because I'm like, well, what about another monster?
So I was thinking another monster, but my favorite Godzilla movies are always the one where Godzilla is solo. because anytime they incorporate another monster, then they got fucking Godzilla like tipping his hat and like waving to the people as he goes out to sea, and like it's like we're gonna team up with Godzilla. It makes it too much of a buddy thing, and I don't. But that's what I was saying. If they collect some of his DNA and then maybe they try to create like their own thing, and it maybe like turns on them, and it's that kind of thing, and then they just battle that, like, so something like that. But yeah, definitely my biggest curiosity is at the end, Shikishima's lady with the black ooze going up the back of her neck, and how many other people were infected. Whatever that is.
So happy Godzilla Day to everyone.
Yes.
Do we have anything else to cover before?
No, that was it. We can now tease what our next movie is going to be for next Monday of In Madness Pod. We're sticking with horror just because Halloween's over, just because Halloween 3 has been covered. We're not stopping. We're not doing Home Alone yet, to my knowledge. So Vertebrae picked the next movie. I love it when you just, how about this? How about this? Sometimes I'm like, sometimes I'm like, yeah, let's do it. You recommended, I couldn't tell if you recommended the 2-hour version or the 4-hour version, because I know you're unpredictable and you could have very well been recommending
both, but I don't want you to have to do that. A comparative study of all the materials. But my hint, Shawn, is we all float down here.
I mean, that's the slogan.
That's the hint.
I think that's the only hint you'll need. We will be covering this movie next week, the 2-hour version, for the next thrilling episode 136 of In Madness Pod.